So when did Black Americans become the people who make laws for deportation? When? Because I want to understand why Somalis are blaming Black Americans for the deportation. Why are they blaming Black Americans for the whole deportation thing happening? Because I cannot remember when Black Americans are the ones who were the ones deporting anyone. I do not know when Black Americans were the ones who made the laws for for immigration. I can't remember that happening, right? But somehow the Somalis always find a way to get Black Americans involved in whatever is going on. Because tell me why they are now blaming Black Americans for the deportation happening. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you're new here, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments in the comment section. Here we talk about everything happening around the globe, okay? We put in more insights on things happening around the globe and let you in on things a lot of people do not talk about. Well, please, all right, remain to original creators of these videos. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments in the comment section. So we're going to let the rest of the clips play out. Then we come back, read the comments, and then we'll discuss about this more. Let's watch.
This fear is, as Black Americans are delineating, and America as a country is doing the same thing. They're coming after us. Donald Trump got elected. Immigrants are scared. So now Black Americans are doing their own thing. At the time, we were hoping that they would be standing up for us, you know, being part of our coalition. But
yeah, and that's the problem.
We don't know what to do now.
Yeah, because we told people, they kept telling us, well, you FBS don't work hard. You don't work. We came over with $2 and we were this, and y'all need to learn from us. It got real bad. And people got very arrogant. And even Jamaicans, they still do it. They still tell us, oh, don't come to Jamaica. Oh, don't do this. You are entitled. And y'all were telling us all of this stuff about how hard you work and how lazy we were. And we said, okay, well, handle your business then. And now people don't like it.
And you know, can I say something? Do you know, I think that's why a lot of immigrants are running for office. There's a lot of Somalis in Minnesota, the New York mayor, because I think they're scared now since that, you know, the current political system in America, and maybe Black Americans are not as supportive anymore. So they feel like they have to fight for themselves. They have to have a presence, or else it's over for immigrants here.
Yeah, and that ain't working because they ain't getting elected. A lot of them are not getting elected like that. It's like Winsome Sears, like your boy out there in Minnesota, Fatah, whatever his name is. He got washed. So it ain't really working out like they wanted to work out. So, hey man, it's you know, cats should have really checked themselves with the disrespect.
So how about we have a restart, man? Black Americans and Black immigrants, we forget everything in the past. We start a new contract. We put the disputes and all this stuff to the past and just have a fresh start. Respect each other, respect each other's cultures, work together where we can work together. Let's try to work on that. I'm ready for that.
Well, the thing is, man, it's going to have to start back in the homeland. It has to start there because a lot of people bring over the same tribalistic disposition that they had over there. They bring it over here and they look at us as just another tribal group. And that's not going to work. We've been upholding global Black unity, and we've been pretty much doing it by our damn selves. So it's time for these other groups to start standing on business over in the homeland, making sure some of that tribal nonsense has stopped. And then people can come to the table and say, hey, let's get out and, you know, let's break bread.
Somali people have clearly stated that if you're a Black American like myself, that we're not the same. They're saying, hey, no, we're Somali. You guys are American. I know we're the same skin color, but we're different. They're saying all Americans. So if you're from America here, no matter the color of your skin, they're going to take over all Americans. And they're saying we're Somali. So that's a clear distinction, clear difference. And they're saying, hey, no, we don't want to be them. We're not them. We're separate. Don't call us your brother. They're saying you Blacks in America, we're not your brothers. We're from Somali. We have our own brothers. You guys have your own brothers, which is all Americans.
I mean, they talk, listen, some people could learn some stuff from them about how arrogant they is about this country that they are taking over.
First things first, I'm actually so shocked that Trump is attacking us. I think Trump should be thanking us in multiple ways, and I'm going to explain. First things first, I think we are a good example of what the American dream can look like. Like, Somali Americans, And it's making me sad and it's funny. Like, I know Somali people are very funny. We're like the class clan who also happens to be valedictorian. Somalis in Minnesota are so successful. I take multiple trips a year to Minnesota and I leave so inspired. You have Somali-owned law firms, Somali-owned pharmacies, Somali-owned everything you can think of. And it's so inspiring to see that what my community could do in just 30 years. Literally, we came to this country not speaking English, not knowing anything. We're Black, Muslim, we're immigrant, and we're able to be that successful. It should be really applauded. Like, I need Trump to stand up and applaud for us because it's shocking. Literally, my friend just moved to Minnesota and she was telling me how when she gave birth, it was an all Somali staff. Her midwife was Somali. Her doctors were Somali. Her nurses were Somali. Like, that is so beautiful to see and it should be celebrated, okay? Second of all, Trump, you should be thanking my people for giving a random Midwestern state that much clout and money. Like, I don't think, other than Chicago, I think Minnesota is really popping when it comes to tourism because of Somali Americans like me, okay? So you should be thanking us because Minnesota would have been nothing if Somalis didn't move there. Like, if we're being honest, like, we have made that state pop and we have made it beautiful for the rest of the world. So you should thank us, and if you want, you can donate Minnesota to the great country of Somalia. Like, I think it's a nice trade-off. And last but not least, I'm so happy that people are discovering how funny, witty Somali people are. We're very confident. And although Trump said what he had to say, like, I want him to know, Yani, like, it didn't even, like, bother. Like, it didn't do anything to our confidence. We've heard everything you've said before. People always make fun of Somalia, da-da-da. But I still think I'm better than everyone. Like, God has made me Somali Muhammad. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay. On top of that, I'm Somali American, broski. Like, I'm winning on both sides. But yeah, it's just nice to see that everyone's realizing Somali people are very funny, very confident. And that's never gonna change. It has not changed since colonial days, baby boy. And it's not gonna change because somebody right now decided to make fun of us. We're actually winning the war, so. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
I'm trying to see if I'm hearing this right and correctly. The Somalians was stealing money from the U.S. government, right, through welfare, right? And now Trump and them is like basically crucifying them because they found out that a lot of the Somalians was stealing that welfare money and sending it to terrorist groups in these countries, right? Now the Somalians is like, Black Americans, we need y'all help. And the Black Americans is like, who the fuck help y'all need? Now the Somalians is mad as shit because the Black Americans is like, who the fuck help y'all need? And I'm sorry, as an African, a first gen West African, please, y'all Somalian people, y'all leave those people alone. Y'all leave those people alone. Somalians be tight-knit with their own people down to the point that, like, in the African community, if you see Somalians, Eritreans, or Ethiopians around, I'm telling you right now, they're not near their own kind. Their own kind do not fuck with them because they're not like their kind. Like, I don't know, y'all be very quiet about the crucifixion of your own kind liking other people. Y'all act like Jews. I swear to God. Can y'all please leave our Black American people alone, please? Asking people for what? Y'all taking money, y'all sending money to the terrorist people down there. People need to understand that America is the only place where we can all come together and still be segregated. One man for themselves, y'all better go help your own self out with your own community.
If you want a good laugh today, check this out.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as the fabric of this nation. So not only are we not going anywhere, we are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
First and foremost, little Miss Brusband. I don't feel American. I am American, so no one can make me feel less than or less like something that I already am because I was born that. And the real problem stems from the fact that you believe that you are the fabric of this nation. By the way, that metaphor refers to people that share fundamental structures, values, beliefs, you know, culture and all this stuff. Didn't you come from Somalia, where the country's major fabric is Islam, what holds that nation together? And in Islam, you either convert, right? That's their belief system, correct? Or you force them to believe what you believe. Didn't Minnesota change their flag for you? See, if you were the fabric of this nation as you're espousing, you wouldn't have come to change the area you're in. You would assimilate and join in and share your culture and share your beliefs without forcing it on anybody, because no means no. But you guys don't believe in that. If I don't believe what you believe, you say I should. So please miss me with that. Little Miss
So,
Brusbin.
like I said, I cannot remember when Black Americans became the ones that make the laws about immigration. Why? Which is why I do not understand why Somalis are blaming Black Americans for the deportation. I really do not understand it. But anyway, let's get down to the comment section and read what every other person has to say. So, someone said, "I'm watching our communities being dragged through the mud for things that happened within individuals. Why people act like every Somali has committed fraud or broken the law? Where we've lived here generations, many of us as citizens, and now because ICE is actually dragging people off the street and detaining them, suddenly everyone is pointing fingers. I see posts are saying Black Americans didn't stand with us when this started. That's hot. We fled war and famine, and we are raising families, and all we get is silence until someone tries to deport us. That's not solidarity. That's abandonment." Anyways, this person is saying that because of one person, the whole issue with the whole fraud thing and Somalis and the whole issue going around the internet about them. Well, this person is saying that because one person might have been caught in the act of fraud and now they want to blame every Somali for that issue. They are dragging every community for it. Well, me, I'm saying that. Well, I've always said that if you want to do something, you should consider your community because at the end of the day, it comes down to your community. And yes, of course, if it was another community who has done this, these same Somalis would have been dragging all that community too. So it's okay if it's giving back to them, right? But anyways, I understand when you say do not involve the whole community for something that one person did. But what if it's not just one person? What if a number of them in that community committed this act? Anyways, let's continue with the comment section. Let's hear what other people have to say. So someone said, a lot of Somalis I know are saying, why should we call on Black Americans now? We heard little support before when Trump and media were claiming Somalis are criminals or a problem in Minnesota. Yes, some Black folks marked for Iraq, um, George Floyd, and all that, but we didn't see mass the advocacy when we talk of raids and deportation started. That's why some of us are angry. It feels selective and performative. Now, this person is trying to say that a lot of Black Americans stood for other communities, stood for even other countries when they were going through their own hard time. But now Somalis are going through it, and they do not want to stand up for Somalis for deportation. Which is why I'm asking, why does it have to be Black Americans really? Why does it only have to be blacks who you are having issues with? Like there are a lot of communities who are not also standing up, against this deportation. But you don't hear people calling them out. But once you get down to Black Americans, you hear people saying a lot of things about them. You hear people saying, "Oh, they're not standing up for us. They're not standing up against ICE. They're not coming out for us. They're not coming out to fight for us," and all. Why does it have to be Black Americans? Like when was it said that Black Americans has to be the ones fighting for the helpless? Like really, when was it ever said? I understand that Black Americans always lend their voices to fight for people, to fight for communities when they find it needful. But really, they have to decide. They have to be the ones who wants to do these things for themselves. And for Black Americans to decide that they do not want to help these people, there must be a reason. Because Black Americans always help out. They always lend their voices. But if they say they do not want to get involved right now, why do you have to keep on calling them out? Like, why do you have to keep calling them out for this same particular issue? So let's continue. This person said, "Stop asking other communities for solidarity. We don't need it. Black Americans have their own problems. Some immigrant voices online are literally saying, call white Americans for help, as if that's going to protect us. All that does is highlight how little we understand our own context. Black Americans have fought their own battles against racism for centuries. The fact that some Somalis feel they can demand support after deplaying their struggle is embarrassing." Like, these people have literally been the ones who stand up for themselves, who do a lot of things for themselves. They have been the ones who have earned their victories, who have earned their voice to be heard right now. And all of a sudden, you want their help. You don't even want their help. You are even asking them nicely for this help. You're demanding this help from them, and you expect them to just jump up and rush down to your aid at every given time. And to even think that you belittled their efforts, you were always undermining their struggles. There was never a time whereby you recognized their struggle or whatever. But somehow you are now demanding their help. You are now asking them to come out and help you. Like they all are obligated to help you. Like, make it make sense. Why do you always have to have issues with Black Americans? Why does it have to be Black Americans you call on every single time? And you're not even asking them nicely. That is even the worst part. You're not asking them for these things nicely. You're demanding it from them. You're demanding them to help you. Anyway, guys, please do let me know what you think about this, because I'm really, really, really surprised and shocked on why the Somalis always have to insist that the Black Americans have to help them, have to demand this kind of helps from Black Americans, and why they have to blame Black Americans for the deportation happening. I really want to understand this. Okay, so please just drop your comments in the comment section. Drop your points of views in the comment section. Let me know what you all think about this. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments, of course. Please, alright, remain to the original creators of these videos. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you in the next. Bye.